a lot of non-Muslims are drawn to the idea of wearing a hijab, mainly for protective purposes. When you have a veil covering your hair, you're protecting it from the elements, keeping it clean, and preventing harmful rays from reaching your skin. So, it's not too surprising that some women are considering wearing it, although they have no religious obligation to do so. The concept is a bit similar to wearing a hat. Other than protective purposes, some women want to wear a hijab for fashion. A hijab is a stylish, trendy addition to any outfit, and some non-Muslim women want to give it a try. This begs the question, can a non-Muslim wear a hijab? As far as most people know, only Muslims are obliged to wear the hijab. Well, you'll be surprised to learn that that's not true. Here's everything you may want to know about the topic. Can a non-Muslim wear a hijab? Yes, a non-Muslim can wear a hijab. There's no reason why not. But what about cultural appropriation? It's typically the first thing that may come to your mind when reading this, especially since it's been a hot topic on the internet in recent years. Well, an act is labeled as cultural appropriation when it's done deliberately to send a racist message or make fun of a practice or a culture. If a non-Muslim is only wearing the hijab for protection, fashion, etc., without actually harassing Islamic beliefs in any way, it's not considered appropriation. In fact, when visiting mosques as tourist attractions, all women are obliged to wear a hijab as a show of respect for Islam, which means Islamic beliefs aren't against non-Muslims wearing the hijab. Surprise! Hijab came first. Can a non-Muslim wear a hijab? There's a common question that seems to have been a riddle for who knows how long. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? We're so used to the idea that eggs come from chickens, so we never think about the possibility that they may have come first. The same goes for hijab and Islam. Hijab has long been considered a symbol of Islam, so much so that most people think that it only appeared as a result of Islamic beliefs. Well, we're happy to correct these misconceptions. Hijab predates Islam. Weird, isn't it? Using a head cover had been a popular practice in the Middle East long before Islam became known. Christian and Jewish women wore head veils all the time as a way of protecting themselves from hungry eyes. And to top it off, women weren't the only ones who wore a head cover before Islam. Middle Eastern men used to wear head covers to protect themselves from the desert's elements. Is hijab only mandatory in Islam? Well, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? For many years, the hijab has been seen as a symbol of Islam. As far as most people know, only Muslim women wear it, and only they are obliged to do so. However, that statement lacks truth. The concept of a head cover is popular in various religions, and Islam isn't the only religion that mandates it. In fact, most, if not all, paintings and depictions of the Virgin Mary show her wearing a head cover as an emblem of modesty in her divine state. On top of that, a head cover is mandatory in other religions and practices, including Sikhism, Amish, and Catholicism, different religions and practices that mandate a head cover. As we've established, Islam isn't the only religion that mandates a head cover. Others religions do the same, and some religions even mandate a head cover for men, not only women. Some religious practices mandate covering the hair, like Catholicism. Here's an overview. Sikhism is an Indian religion, perhaps the second most popular in the country after Buddhism. It's one of the few religions that practice wearing a head cover. Men who follow the Sikh religion are often seen wearing head covers as a show of spirituality and equality. Additionally, the head cover is called a dastar, and young boys start wearing it around the age of 11. Catholicism wearing a head cover isn't uncommon in Catholicism. In fact, nuns are obligated to wear the habit, which is a veil that covers the hair and drapes down the back. In some cases, the habit's color symbolizes the seniority of the nun, with senior nuns wearing a different color from novices. In other cases, the color represents the order to which the nuns belong. To wrap up, so, can a non-Muslim wear a hijab? Well, there's no reason not to. Wearing a hijab can be a fashion trend or a way of protecting your hair from the elements. It doesn't necessarily have to relate to religion. Although it's a common practice for Muslim women, non-Muslims can wear it too if they want.